Hello everyone, my name is Joshua Scott and I'm here today to talk to you about a new innovation in the engineering field that I believe can help make the world a cleaner and safer place for all of us for time to come, long time to come. So that project is the CarbFix Project. This is an example of a CarbFix plant, and so what the CarbFix Project is this project that is basically a new way of capturing carbon from the atmosphere and storing it in a safer, cleaner, and more efficient way. So this is called carbon sequestration. And so in a little bit, we're going to get into what exactly carbon sequestration is and why do we even need carbon sequestration stuff in the first place. So why do we need this carbon sequestration process in the first place? So it's been shown, scientists have shown that the Earth typically, for history, for a long time before, typically cycles between 250 and 350 parts per million of CO2 in the atmosphere. And ever since the Industrial Revolution, these carbon levels have spiked recently, and that is not such a good thing because carbon retains heat, and so the more we pump these fossil fuels and carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, the more chance it has to leading to global warming and just really dangerous warming effects that can be really bad for all of us. So now we get into carbon sequestration and a little bit of a history on that. So carbon sequestration has been used on smaller scales before it's been innovated and sought out to be a solution against the battle against global warming. So the first example of carbon sequestration we see is in submarines, in Navy submarines. Carbon scrubbers are used in the submarines since the sailors are below the surface for a long period of time. They breathe out a lot of carbon dioxide, and obviously they can't breathe too much of that because it'll be really bad for them. So carbon scrubbers have been used in the subs to take the carbon out of the air and just make the air safe and clean to breathe for long periods of time down there. So that's a very short level of carbon sequestration we see. And so before the CarbFix project, after the CarbFix project, carbon is normally captured and injected into porous rock formations beneath the surface. But we found that by injecting into porous rock formations, that sometimes it can affect the land near it and leak out and not be typically a very permanent solution. So with the CarbFix project here, CO2 is captured from the atmosphere, and instead of being injected into porous rock formations and other rock formations as well, it's pumped into basaltic rock, and so the carbon actually reacts with the minerals, the other elements in the basaltic rock and solidifies to form carbonate minerals. And this is really good because over time the carbon reacts with other stuff and solidifies so that we won't have harmful effects on the land from this, and the carbon can't be released really after more time. So it's more efficient, safer way to go about carbon sequestration. And so again, we ask ourselves why we need this, and so we really need this because it's been shown over a long period of time that the natural carbon sinks, for example the ocean, are not able to do their job well enough in capturing CO2 and storing CO2 as we continue to pump fossil fuels and such into the air. So that's evident with coral bleaching all across the world. And so the more carbon they capture, according to the Environmental Foundation for Environmental Conservation, it's been found that substantial reductions in ocean pH levels. So this is really bad for the ocean life, and we love our oceans, so we don't want to mess that up. And so we need to find carbon sequestration uses, and we need to implement them really fast. Also, according to the computational ecology and software, global warming has been around for a little while, and an increase in the global temperature will cause sea levels to rise and will change the amount and pattern of precipitation and a probable expansion of subtropical deserts. So, basically, the more we pump the CO2 in the air, this can be really bad effect and lead to global warming, and we don't want that. And this will, we want to keep our Earth clean, and the CarbFix Project can really help solidify and give us a more permanent solution before we can finally make the switch to cleaner and safer energy sources. Thank you for your time.